I have a very hard time imagining what the future of my business and the future of all the businesses are gonna look like in the next 2 to 5 years. And in this video, I will not be teaching you anything. I just wanna speak out loud, ask questions to which I don't have the answers, and I would truly want to hear your opinion in the comment section. The thesis is very simple. You see all this hype around AI tools, Claude Code specifically in the last month. All these videos people are posting on how awesome it is and how many different things it can do. Most of these things is a total shit which doesn't have real life applications, but it doesn't mean that it's not worth it. I do deeply believe that if you learn how to apply all these modern tools and agents within a business ecosystem, you can build something very, very nice, and this can help the business to grow. And here's my problem. If the work no longer a leverage, so if the knowledge is no longer a leverage of doing something and the AI can do this thing for you, then what is? I have sent an email to my newsletter subscribers a few days ago of asking this question. You can pause and read, but the main thesis that I was trying to present is, let's pretend there is one tool that can do an entire marketing strategy and marketing execution for your company or the sales. In our world of the B2B, this could be the AI SDR, whatever we call it, right? We can call it the platform, the engine, but SDR, sales development representative, where you're gonna sign up for this tool. It's gonna analyze your business. It's gonna find your ideal customer profile. It's gonna define it, or you're gonna define it. Then it's gonna go through all the public databases, Apollo, ZoomInfo, ListKit, find the list of the ideal prospects. It is going to do the research on them, qualify them based on the criterias. Then it's gonna create a personalized copy or the email. Maybe you're gonna even have the AI callers already integrated in the system who are gonna be reaching out to these people. It's gonna help you to craft your offer and craft the messaging that is going to get the responses. Then it's gonna handle all these replies with the AI setter and book it in your calendar. And you can say, wow, Eugene, awesome. So why are you so pessimistic? Like, why is this video titled the way it is? Because guys, think about this one layer deeper, please. If this will work, and I'm telling you, that right now, at the March of 2026, there is no tool that can do this perfectly. Maybe for some use cases to a certain extent, but there is no tool yet. Salesforce is a pretty good example, pretty big company. Another one is the ListKit. These are the tools that allow you to, ListKit is the database software or the Lemlist. These are the tools that allow you to do not only prospecting, but also run the campaigns, do the research, and handle the entire marketing and sales under one umbrella. And there's gonna be more popping up every month. So I'm telling you, we've been testing all of them. They are not there yet. They are great. These are one of the best tools on the market, but you still need to do the human labor or effort to make it work. So you need to do the research on your own through your ICP. You still need to understand the best cold email and cold outreach tactics. You still need to handle the replies manually yourself because the AI is not there yet on these platforms to handle it by default, or you would need to connect a third-party setter to do that. But it is going there. So when the technology will be there, and eventually it will, it can take 3 months, it can take 12 months, it can take 2 years, it doesn't matter. It will be there. So now, all the people who are using Salesforce are gonna have perfect marketing and sales campaigns. I'm sorry for getting into the point. It takes me some time to actually present you the backend. But when everyone will have this as a tool, then technically speaking, everyone's supposed to win. But the world doesn't function this way. I'm only 27. Maybe I'm missing something. And this is why I truly, I swear, would want to hear your thoughts. Because right now, I will show you the replies from some of our members to this email, because again, I have a community of 30,000 people. So I got quite a few responses. I chose a few, and we're gonna go over them. We're gonna see what people are saying and what is their opinion on this entire thesis. And I would also want to get one from you in the comments. If everyone will have a tool that can do the perfect marketing and sales for them, who is gonna be losing? And I ask, like, someone needs to work at McDonald's. Someone needs to wash your car. Someone needs to be in the dirt. Again, I've been living in this world for 27 years, so I don't know a lot, okay? So I'm not like the guy who has all the answers. I'm just asking questions. These are the questions that I don't have the answers for. So if these tools will make it very easy for you to run the business, and of course, look, yeah, sure, marketing and sales, is not the only business processes, but most businesses fail because they can't handle it. So if there will be a tool that can do that, then how would most businesses fail? Because 9 out of 10 businesses fail long term. This is just the stats. Fail long term. And I do not believe that if you're having this AI tools, now it's gonna be 5 out of 10. There is no demand. It doesn't. There is no cash flow to support that. Okay, the majority cannot be successful. It's just what it is. And look, I'm not talking about the reason why I was mentioning a McDonald's here. I'm not talking about starting a business, right? Of course, not all people are made to be entrepreneurs, okay? I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about millions of existing businesses that are struggling with marketing and sales, and now they're gonna be having these tools that can do it for them perfectly, the same way as they would. So what happens? And guys, you can say, oh, but not all of them will have the Salesforce access. Look, I'm not talking about Salesforce. I'm talking in general, the concept of the AI in our world that is making it easy to do certain things. Now, the same thing applies to the media buying, okay? Some of you guys here are media buyers and you're running ads for the clients, okay? So let's say you do ads on Meta. Now, if you do that, you know that within the Andromeda update, right now, the creatives, and creatives being the most important part of the ads for the past probably 2-3 years, but especially with the Andromeda, with the type of the targeting, so you just need to spin, hundreds of creatives and just find the best performing ones. AI can do that. Right, okay, yeah, sure, it's not perfect. Is it perfect? No. AI avatars, AI UGC, is it perfect? No. There are use cases, we use it, a lot of other people using it, but it's just the beginning, okay? So do I really think that in 3 years, AI will be able to do 90% of all creatives right now on the Meta Ads library? Probably. Don't you think so? So then what, guys? So then what? What is the leverage? What is going to be the leverage in media buying? Is it going to be just a commodity? Any business owner can do that. And you can say, oh, but they don't have the time. Yeah, sure. Again, it's just an example, right? Of course, not all businesses will do that, but then they can hire a guy from Upwork for $100 to do it in Meta. Now, Meta has their AI creative, capabilities, which is again trash right now, but you potentially, I do envision the world where you're gonna come to the Meta ads, interface, click a button, and then just launch the ads to the ideal customer profile with the hundreds of different creatives. And it's gonna analyze all the creatives and find the most performing ones. And it feels like a dream for us guys as the service providers, but I want to go deeper. I want to understand, but what's then gonna be the leverage? If everyone is gonna do that, you can say, oh, it's all about the prompt, but it's not. It's not about the prompt. It's the prompt maybe right now, but it's not gonna be in 2 years. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So it's not necessarily about the cold emails or the B2B space or the paid ads. I am just like asking questions of if the marketing and sales will be that easy, what is going to be the leverage? So let me read some of the answers that people provided to my newsletter. I will blur their names, okay? But I'm thinking you would be interested to hear what other people are saying. So this guy is saying 16 years in the business, and I can safely say it will not work. Meaning, so I say like one tool that will, with 3 clicks, do the ads and marketing for you. It will not work because 99% of people don't follow through, and that's why the 1 to 99 scale will always hold true no matter the environment or tool or circumstances. It might turn to 3 out of 97. So what he's referring to, so 1 out of 99 people succeed. Or maybe he's saying, okay, maybe now it's going to be 3 out of 97. Now, it's not going to be 3. It was always 1 out of the 99. Again, in an example, or we're not talking about the specific stats, just in general. So I believe it was 1,000 years ago, 200 years ago, and it's going to be the same thing in 300 years if there is not going to be nuclear war. Okay. But, okay, so he's saying that people not gonna follow through. Vague. Okay, I don't understand that. One clarification, because we will have some of these as an answers from people that were replying to my email, is the work ethic. Okay, work ethic. So let's say that people just lazy by default, and you can say, look, Eugene, okay, you're gonna have all these tools, but people are lazy. They will not do shit. Okay, so I'm sorry, I'm not buying this. I'm sorry. I'm not buying this. I know it is true, but there are millions of people running businesses who are going to be working their ass off and currently do that and failing because the lack of knowledge, because of the lack of experience. But they want it. It's not like they are lazy. They want this, and they keep hiring other people. They keep failing, but now they can just use AI tool that will do everything for them with the backend knowledge of thousands and millions of campaigns in their niche, and will, create a perfect strategy for them. Is it going to be the case? I don't know. But I feel that there is no reason why it would not be this case. Like, it's just data, right? So let's say I know how the AI setters must be. This is my bread and butter, okay? So we have the best, the most reliable AI setters in the world. We offer the fully managed services for marketing agencies that you can white label sell to your clients. I know how it's supposed to be done, but the reason why I know this is because I have the backend data of running millions of conversations with, hundreds of thousands of leads. So we know the data. So we are like owning the data. We know how it's supposed to be. But if the LLM is going to be advanced enough to also know this information from the public resources, like, it can create the same thing. So I'm not buying the work ethic. So, okay, the point of the work ethic, because, yeah, I mean, there are a lot of people who are trying their best. Let's try Gerald. Hey, Gene, people would definitely take some time to realize what is real and what is just fugazi. The difference between the business owner who truly understands the AI and the one who is still trying to figure it out, and the AI gurus on the internet. The one who fundamentally understands how AI agents would work will win the power to do this one-click thing. So I believe that it will definitely take some time for everyone to figure out if this is possible or not. When they are saying if this is possible, basically if a 1, 2, 3 click and done is possible. The thing is, there will never come a time where everyone would be sophisticated enough to know what AI would do for them. So I don't think that the world is near to ending. With more AI, there will be bigger problems to solve. When there are bigger problems to solve, jobs will change, and the people working at McDonald's will start working in data centers. This is such an amazing take. Gerald, like, thank you for this take. I mean, the analogy with data centers is next level. But I'm sorry, I'm not buying the previous, like, I'm not buying the first point of you saying that the people would need to, business owners would need to know the back end of the AI agents, or be like, fundamentally understand them. Because from our previous example, like, let's say the media buying, right? Like, what do they need to understand? They have a product. Their product is good. So they just come in the meta and say, hey, my client, I'm looking for a client who is looking to install the new AC, and this is our price. We are better because we have 24-hour delivery and we do a free quote. So, like, you don't need to understand it, right? It's like, right now, sure, I mean, Claude Code, you need to understand these nuances, and yes, but it's coming to the end, okay? And it's moving very fast. So I'm like, I don't believe that the technicality, the fundamental knowledge of how the AI agents and workflows function would be needed. So not sure about that. Now, Samuel, here are my 2 cents. When everyone can do same thing easily, the thing stops being an advantage and the value moves upstream. Okay, this is what I'm trying to say. Look at the ads. Media buying used to be the ads years ago, and then it got commoditized. Then it was creative, yes, and now creative is getting eaten too. Okay, I like this. The same will happen with AI outreach tools. When everyone and their mom can find and reach contact with 3 clicks, inboxes get nuked and reply rates collapse. The tool technically works, but the ROI dies. Yes, I agree. In the context of ads, auctions get more expensive because there are more bidders. Whoever can afford to pay the most peer view click will win. So the new edge will be who has the best offer and unit economics to afford outbidding others. Shit, this is good. In the context of cold emails, I'm not entirely sure. Guessing email providers will get smarter filters. This, I mean, okay. So this, it doesn't answer it, kinda, but it gives some sort of, this answer gives me more ways to think about it, right? In terms of, yeah, I mean, offer in product is the obvious answer, right? Whenever the marketing and sales is no longer the edge, it's then going to be all about the product. But like, I'm having a hard time imagining the world where it's going to be about the product, right? I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something. But I think, and even what he's saying is that it's going to be people who can afford outbid others, right? This is an interesting take. So now, I mean, this now comes down to who has more money, but now it's not about the money long term, but about the unit economics. So you can reinvest this money into being profitable on the back end. I don't know. So this is something to think about. Another guy was saying, my theory, maybe I'm missing something, I don't know, but I think all these AI tools will change the baseline, which means that the businesses will have to differentiate. And that's where I feel like humans can make the difference, something like that. So basically, entry baseline will be lower, but success line will be higher. Okay, yeah, but yes, I agree with you. So this is like back to the Samuel point. So it's like, is the business, because now the product, the offer is something that humans can control more than AI because it's opinion based, and this is gonna be the new leverage. It was always a leverage, maybe like for you having a big product and good product. But before that, okay. So maybe it is like, so if we can summarize the current stage, we can say something like, before that, and still right now, you can get away with a shitty product. Shit, maybe this is the thing, guys. Maybe this is the thing. So shitty product, but with a good marketing, you can make it work and you can make it profitable, right? But right now, there is no leverage on the marketing and sales. So shitty products will die out. I mean, okay. But again, like, guys, I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry. Maybe I'm pessimistic. Like, but I can't imagine the world where every product is going to be very good. Okay. And I can't imagine a world where shitty products will not make money. I don't know, but maybe something is here. Okay. Maybe it's something. Okay. Mark was saying, I think you're right. Business isn't fucking easy. So let's see if the last past year, last past year 1, 2, 3, gotta keep the pipeline full and make the right decisions. Okay, so he's just giving the overview. So Gregory was saying, I totally understand what you mean. I have asked this kind of questions to myself for a long time. The more I use AI to code and ship web apps, the more I'm convinced that the human connection will become more and more important. I've been writing programs since I'm 9, I'm 50 right now. So I love tech, but I'm also an entrepreneur, and I see two things. AI is superpower. It makes you better, faster, smarter, programmer, for example, or a doctor or lawyer or whatever you want, if you already know what you're talking about. Companies, SMBs or big ones, will always be looking for a specific solution to a specific problem. They don't care if you use AI. Okay. I mean, of course, like it's gonna make you smarter, but again, like if AI has the knowledge of a specific topic, like marketing, sales, business growth, then what is the leverage? Like it cannot improve you, because it will always be better, because it can have more contacts. Guys, maybe I'm wrong. Look, so maybe what I'm talking about is the AGI. Okay, maybe I am talking about the AGI, which is not gonna be here, I think, AGI. General intelligence with us for quite some time. So maybe when I'm saying, oh, it's gonna know everything, for all the topics, maybe this is like I'm trying to refer to the AGI, but I am convinced that the AGI is nowhere near. I am pretty convinced that this is not the case. But I think that the AGI is not needed to liquidate the leverage of the marketing and sales. I don't know. Let's check the last one. Sami, that is a great perspective, and I personally totally agree. I go on LinkedIn and it's quite pathetic, and I feel so misguided. Hack, what do I do now with the business ideas low? It's a perfect, yeah. So I feel that you guys on the same page, okay? And I chose a few replies. I got more than 100 ones. So would love to hear your thoughts. Okay, this is something that I think about because I'm building my business around AI, and I don't want to be liquidated, right? And demolished within a new update. So I'm trying to think long term. Now, the way we are positioning the one prompt right now for the fully managed AI setters, we're gonna be good for the next years, I'm pretty sure. Even if you can do the AI setters within a few clicks, you need to have someone responsible for the result. And we are going to be responsible for the results, so you can blame us if it doesn't work. But generally speaking, I'm not sure where the businesses are headed with all of these updates. So I'd love to hear your thoughts. Hope you learned something valuable. Thanks for watching. Peace.